Hello, I'm Bill LeMay, and thank you for watching Community Matters. We hope you'll continue to watch as we discuss issues facing our community and provide you with the resources and information needed to find solutions. Today we're discussing local farming. How does buying from local farms benefit consumers and the local economy? One service that helps answer those questions is MeatSuite, and Casey Roe is here to tell us all about it. Welcome. What a great name. I instantly am attracted to MeatSuite.
I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, it's MeatSuite, S-U-I-T-E, MeatSuite.
Well, let's start off with a little background maybe on yourself and what is MeatSuite?
Yeah, so MeatSuite is basically a resource to help North Carolinians connect with their local meat farmers and to find farms that meet their preferences and their needs for purchasing local meat.
Well, let's talk about that. I actually order meat and I didn't know this existed. I'm going to investigate, but this is local farmers here in North Carolina. How do you go about doing it? I mean, how are they set up? Are they representing the farms or the farmers shipping it? I mean, how does it work?
Yeah, so it's a program through NC Choices at North Carolina State University, and it's really just a free resource. So the tool is a website, meatsuite.com, and essentially you could go to MeatSuite, you'd enter your zip code, and start to see products from local meat farms near you. And then you could actually sort by the species you're looking for. So if you're looking for beef, pork, lamb, rabbit, turkey, chicken, all kinds of species, you can sort for that. And you can also look for the farm preferences that are important to you, so the different practices the farm would use. That could be like grass-fed, animal welfare approved, halal. So you can use the filters on the site to narrow down to find just the right bundle of meat or bulk purchase package of meat for you.
Now, buying locally I know is important. We always say buy local, but this, particularly with farmers, let's talk a little bit about that. I mean, obviously, being connected with a local farmer is pretty awesome, I think, but overall, what's the benefit to the consumer and what's the benefit to the overall economy?
Yeah, I would say for the consumer, the biggest benefit is really knowing your farmer. So you can, in many cases, go to the farm. You can always ask questions of the farmer about their farming practices. You may be able to see how the animals are raised or at least find some more information from your farmer about that. There's also just the idea of having kind of a local secure supply. I know with the pandemic, with supply chain issues, a lot of people were interested in MeatSuite because they wanted to buy locally and they wanted to have that secure, high quality supply of meat. So that's another benefit. With the bulk purchasing that we offer through MeatSuite, which is bundles or even like a quarter or half animal, you always know that you have some meat in the freezer. We like to say, find your farmer, fill your freezer, so that you will have that meat on hand for a weeknight meal when company's coming. So that's the benefit for the consumer, for the North Carolinian. For the farmer, it's really helpful because they may not have a farmer's market or a retail outlet. So it's very helpful for them to get these direct connections with consumers. And then you're just supporting the regional economy, you're supporting family farms, the preservation of farmland. So those are kind of all the reasons it's important to keep those dollars local when you're purchasing meat.
You know, it's interesting, that's exactly why I started buying in bulk, was the pandemic. I bet a lot of people are, and if you haven't done it, let me ask you this question when it comes to price. I mean, a lot of people just go to the grocery store and pick up a piece of meat. When you compare the cost between buying through MeatSuite versus the local grocery store, how does it stack up?
Yeah, it's a great question. You may be able to find the cheapest meat at the grocery store, but there are some benefits of using MeatSuite. One, you're getting really high quality meat. You're getting that connection with the farmer, but also with the bulk purchasing, you may actually find some really affordable deals if you are able to have a quarter or half animal or even some of the bundles like a 20-pound bundle of meat. You will get some savings by having some cuts mixed in there that aren't the prime cuts that everyone's used to seeing, but they can still be really delicious. And so that's where the affordability comes in the bulk part and in trying some other parts of the animal, which is really helpful for the farmers as well, because they do have a whole animal to sell.
Well, and they don't process it at the farm, do they? They have to ship it out to a processing plant.
Exactly. So in most cases, the farmers are working with a processor. If you are interested in doing the quarter or half animal, you can even have some say in most cases of how you would like the animal to be broken down. So your farm will probably have a set offering. If you don't want to mess with that, you don't have to get into the weeds of choosing the cuts in most cases. But if you do know about the cuts or what your family likes, then you may even have that option to customize a little bit how your bundle looks.
And it is interesting because you were talking about the different categories. I mean, it almost sounds like you can custom order exactly what you need. You can't do that anywhere else.
Yeah, because you're going to see offerings from several farms, you really can look for the products that you're most interested in. If you're willing to drive a little further, you'll probably have even more options as far as connecting with different farms.
So MeatSuite, so I understand, how did it get started? Tell me the history. I mean, why does it exist?
Yeah, so it actually started at Cornell University in New York, who developed this tool originally, and then they have shared it with NC Choices, which is a program from North Carolina State University. So that's how we've borrowed this tool to make it work for North Carolinians as well.
I can see the benefit to farmers. Just from your perspective, MeatSuite now, I don't know how many farmers do they represent, but how has it helped farmers just in general?
Yeah, it's helpful to farmers in many ways. Probably the biggest one is just bringing these customers to them who may not have found them otherwise. We use a lot of ways to kind of contact customers, like on Instagram. We do fun giveaways. So we're kind of engaging the consumers and then pointing them towards this resource where they can connect with the farmers. And if the farmer doesn't have a great outlet like a farmer's market, or a retail shop that they sell through, this is a really good way that the consumer can connect with them for a direct purchase. We also help farmers with marketing. We do marketing trainings to work with them on that, and we're just educating the consumer. If you follow us on Instagram, for instance, you'll see a lot of cooking videos and recipes. So we're trying to help North Carolinians learn how to cook more cuts of meat, try different species of meat, and so in that way we're kind of helping build that market for this local farm meat as well.
That is really neat. So in addition to picking your cuts of meat, can you actually reach out and connect with a local farmer and find out about their farming practices?
Absolutely, yeah. So a great place to start is searching on MeatSuite by your zip code, and then once you've found those farm products and farms that are interested to you, the next step is it will direct you to contact the farmer. So you just use the form on the website to reach out to the farmer. From that point, you're able to coordinate with them on picking up the meat. That could be at the farmer's market, or you might be going to the farm directly to pick it up, which is fun because then you get to see the animals, you get to see how the farming is happening there, and you can ask, in any of these cases, you can ask questions of the farmer. So you may have already used the tool to select grass-fed, for instance, but you could ask a lot more about what does that mean, because it can mean different things on different farms. So you could really dig in as much as you want to those questions for your farmer and truly know how your animal was raised.
No, I don't know how you forget MeatSuite, but I'm guessing you have a website and that's the best place to go?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely check us out at MeatSuite, SUITE.com. You can follow us at Local MeatSuite on Instagram, and then we're on Facebook at MeatSuite as well.
Casey, great to have you on the program. And stick around because guess what? We have some local farmers coming on next.